پاکستان داره.
For the past 4 years, I have been working on a project called the Awakening Project of the Khoja Shia Ithna-Asheri Community, where I'm examining the challenges that are posed to this community and how it can solve the challenges.
چندین سال هست که روی یک پروژه، همونطور که توی اسلاید مشاهده می‌کنین که به عنوانش هست پروژه بیدارسازی جامعه خوجه های شیعه اثنا-عشری فعالیت می‌کنن. هدفش هم بررسی این بحث در واقع خوجه ها یا چالش هایی که این جامعه با اون مواجه هست و نکته اصلی این که چگونه باید این چالش ها و مشکلات رو از سر راه برداریم و حل و فصلشون کنیم.
And as a community, we have 3 fundamental institutions which we rely upon: member, madrasa, family. And I am critically examining the role of member, madrasa, family in terms of the challenges that the community face and how member, madrasa and family can respond.
همونطور که مشخص هم هست ما 3 تا نهاد اساسی در این جامعه خودمون داریم. از جامعه همون جامعه خوجه ها هستن که نهاد منبر، مدرسه و خانواده هستن. این 3 تا در واقع پایه و اساس جامعه خوجه ها هستن و ما قراره به یک بررسی انتقادی در واقع از این 3 تا نهاد داشته باشیم تا ببینیم که اینها نسبت به مشکلات و چالش هایی که خوجه ها با اون روبرو هستن در جامعه بریتانیا چگونه پاسخ میدن یا پاسخی که اینها برای این چالش ها دارن چی هست.
And therefore this presentation will help you also, because these challenges will also be applicable to many societies that you will be serving.
از آنجایی که این چالش ها Is there any way for the Islamic practices, rituals, the Islamic teachings to have superiority over Western values? The practical way, we mean.
I think that's a very good question.
سوال خوبی.
Mashallah. It is very important that when we project Islam, that it has to serve the purpose of the life of people who live here. If Islam doesn't solve a problem for a person, if Islam doesn't solve their challenges, then they will not accept Islam. So we have to make sure that the Islam that we present must also be understood first and also have meanings in their life, be meaningful in their life. Because according to us, Islam will remain until the day of Qiyamah. And if it has to remain until the day of Qiyamah, the values of Islam must be universal. It must appeal not only to Muslims, not only to Shia, not only to Ithna-Aheri, but also to every human being. When we produce Islam of that nature, which appeals to every human being, then that Islam will be accepted by other people.
میگن اسلامی که ما به مردم ارائه میدیم در واقع به اونها پرزنت میکنیم، اونها نمایش میدیم، این اسلام هست، در واقع باید اسلامی باشه که یک تأثیری در زندگی مردم بذاره. اگر اسلام نتونه چالش ها و مشکلات زندگی مردم رو حل نکنه و این کار انجام نده، اون اسلام فایده ای نداره و مردم اون رو قبول نمیکنن. لذا واسه ما اول ابتداء اسلام خوب بفهمیم و در درجه دوم بتونیم اونو به طوری ارائه کنیم بتونه یک دردی از مشکلات زندگی مردم رو دوا بکنه و این همون چیزی هست که ما معتقدیم که اسلام تا روز قیامت باقی خواهد ماند. و نکته مهمتر اینه که اسلامی که ما ارائه میدیم یا اون چیزی که خود اسلام هم ادعا داره اینه که فقط مخصوص مسلمان ها نیست، یعنی میتونه مشکلات و چالش های زندگی غیر مسلمان ها، کسانی که معتقد به اسلام نیستند رو هم دوا بکنه و حل بکنه. اگر اینطوری باشه حتی غیر مسلمان ها هم به اسلام رو میان و اونو قبول میکنن.
And therefore today in the world all the systems that we see in the world today are not Islamic system, they are Western system. We all live in the Western system, and if we enjoy their system, then we also have to make sure that we cannot criticize that system until we put another good system in front of people. So it is our work as scholars to formulate systems now, economic system, political system, social system, welfare system so that everyone can enjoy living under this system, just like we live in their system. So we have a lot of work to do. We cannot just say this is what the Quran says. Now we have to put practical frameworks and practical systems to the world to say this is what an alternative is. But the truth is there. This is our belief. The truth lies with God. This is the belief of religious people. But the interpretations are our efforts to reach the truth. And therefore interpretation will differ. And as it differs, we have conflicts, even amongst religious people. But we have to resolve it. How we resolve it is the big thing.
Now let me ask it in another word. What if a Muslim gets sick in a Christian country, and vice versa? Which bioethics apply? The Christian one or the Muslim?
You see, if you take an example here, if there is a patient here who is a Christian, so which would apply in Iran? Which bioethics will apply in Iran? If, for example, an issue of abortion comes, in Christian it may be allowed. What will happen here in Iran?
Is it the law?
Law.
Law
Yes.
is different, but bioethics.
But how does the law come from? You don't have bioethical discussions here.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So that's a separate. It's not religiously based at all. There is no.
Most of them, yes.
So there is no input of religion at all.
No, but I mean that bioethics is what we think is good for the patient.
Yes.
Regardless of the religion.
Yes, of course.
Regardless of the religion.
Yes, regardless of the religion. Regardless of the religion, the bioethics has to be like that. But we have to take into consideration their principles, their viewpoints, their ideas, their understanding of the text. So, in our discussion, in the philosophy, in the religious discussion, we have to take into consideration all this. This is what happens in the United Kingdom. In the United Kingdom, all the discussions are being held. And then the matter is finally discussed in the parliament as to what is the best for the country. But all the opinions are taken into consideration. Jewish, Islamic, Hindu, everyone. And it is in the bioethics field that this discussion takes place. But the final decision is made by the parliament as to what is good for the country or for the society. So if we have a framework, an Islamic framework of how we decide on bioethics, we can also present our viewpoint on a general discussion on an issue. For example, on an issue on human embryos, we can also talk about, from the Islamic perspective, this is our framework from which we come to a conclusion. So that will be part of a general discussion, and then the conclusions will go to the parliament. And then a decision.
منافاتی بین فرمایش شما و آقای دکتر نباید باشه. یعنی اینی که شما میگید اخلاق بدون اینکه دین هم بیاد بگه برای خودش میتونه در واقع تعیین کننده باشه. خب ما در مورد اخلاق اعتقادمون اینه که اخلاق اصیله، اعتباری نیست. معنای اصیل بودن اخلاق اینه که قبل از خدا هم، یعنی قبل از این خدا با ما حرف بزنه، یه چیزایی به عنوان اخلاق وجود داره. پس دین آمده اینجا چه کار کنه؟ اگر من اخلاق رو میفهمم، دین آمده چه کار کنه؟ یه مقداری شفافترش میکنه. یه مقدار اون جاهایی که مبهمه برای ما باز میکنه و موضع خدا رو برای ما میگه. یعنی منافاتی بین اون اخلاق متکی بر در واقع فهم انسانی و ادراک انسانی با اون چیزی که دین میگه تنافی بینش نیست. حالا شما همینه که من گفتم برای آقای دکتر ترجمه کنید.
تفاوت تحصیل
نه که تفاوت که قابل جمعه، اینا تنافی و تعارض نداره.
He says that we are saying the same thing, that there is no difference between because what God says is the same, but interpretation is different. Before even God talks to human being, we knew that something was right and something was wrong. But after God started to speak to the human being, he made things clear, more clear than it was.
Okay, I just want to make one point to you that the difference in the UK is that we have varieties of cultures that are there, and therefore the government have to take into consideration varieties of viewpoints, and this is how religions come into it.